All right. On the Monday morning podcast, you talked about your little clamming experience. Okay, first of all, go fuck yourself. All right? Your little clamming. You're already talking down to me. I didn't talk about my little clamming experience. I talked about going clamming and how fun it was and what a cool experience was. I didn't act like I was a fisherman. All right? Okay, I get it. You got those fishing boots. All right, you mentioned how living off the land meant people used to have a lot more free time back in the day. It reminded me of this book called Sapiens by, oh my God, Yuval Noah Harari. That's one of my favorite Italian cars. He talks about how the agricultural revolution more so resulted in the domestication of man rather than us domesticating plants like wheat and shit. Wheat was pretty much an obscure plant that only grew in a small area of the planet before it got us to spend all day tending to it. Now it's one of the most successful living organisms, and we can't live without it. Oh, this is interesting. I would actually, if I had time, I'd love to read. You guys, the stuff that you guys read, this is why you guys are all smarter than me in certain areas, all right? Don't let your fucking ego get away from you there. When we were hunter-gatherers, we spent way less time acquiring food and were probably much happier people. I think it depends on when, yeah. I don't think I'd want to live in a fucking cave. But like, once we had like shelter and stuff, I don't know. I'm kind of afraid of all of that, like, free time. Like, what the fuck would you do with all of that? Anyway, the book covers from evolution to the invention of things like religion, corporations, and money. I think this book totally jives with the themes you tend to ramble about. And it's totally changed the way I think about the world and what's important. All right, let me read the name of this thing again. Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Harari. Sapiens. Sapiens. I'm going to screenshot that. This is yet another book I'm going to buy and read 40 pages of and then have it haunt me sitting on my nightstand. You didn't finish it, Bill. You always start things, but you never finish things. Successful people finish things, Bill. Why can't you finish things? What are you afraid of? What are you searching for? Anyway, by the way, my wife and I saw you in Seattle during your special, and it was one of the best nights out we've had in a long time, so thank you for that. Go fuck yourself. Well, thank you, sir. And I am thrilled that it is locked. And now we can start mixing it. All right, here we go. Praying to reject cookies. All right, is this actual cookies or is this cookies on the internet? Hey, Bill, I'd love to hear your thought on media websites now asking we either accept cookies or pay to reject them. I understand it's around $30 per year per website, and even if you pay the fee, your data will probably be sold anyway. Oh, that's the biggest sucker thing ever. Don't pay that fucking fee. There's nobody watching them. It's just a new, they're going to get $30 from all of these fucking people and then sell it. So they're making even more fucking money. It's why you need to tip in cash and not on your fucking credit card. But cash will be phased out in 6 fucking years. I went to a museum this week, the aquarium this weekend, and they were like, they accepted cash if you had the exact amount. Like, we're not making change. It's like, fuck you, it's legal tender, you cunt. Sorry. Whatever. There's no reason to fight the fucking herd. The worst thing about the herd right now is they are more upset about the Tesla truck than they are about our fucking food supply. That's what the focus is. Or at least it is on Instagram, and that's my reality. Yeah, don't pay that $30. That's just another way. That's white collar. That's the legal side of stealing. The legal side of stealing is where you want to be. All right? You want to be on the white collar side, and then you can just buy judges and politicians and cops and whatever the fuck you need, lobbyists to create laws, and you can just steal from people. That is $30 in the fucking trash. Somebody says, fuck this. You were right all along. Our identities and data belong to runaway trains of corporate greed. They're squeezing the tit in such a flagrant and open way, and this is yet another thing we've been blindsided by. I feel this is related to the AI boom in some way, but way above my station and understanding. Yeah, it's like the second you start to wade into those waters to try and figure out what's going on, it's like so fucking overwhelmingly depressing that human beings could be that fucking just evil and that's that outright dishonest to their fellow countrymen, fellow human beings, and just have no morals whatsoever. And it's just all about who can get the biggest house and the biggest pool and the best looking woman, and that's all and they don't give a fuck who they have to step on. I feel like that's why I am just sort of pulling away from all of it, because it drives you nuts after a while. So now I just look at, you know what? I go on a little weekend with my daughter. I play baseball with my kid. I teach him how to ride a bike. We go swimming. I sit on my back porch. I drink coffee, and I try to learn some French words. And I just don't pay attention to what's going on. Is a much, like, I don't know. It's way more effective for me how I want to fucking live, because I don't have the ability to lead or start a fucking revolution. Like, however you would fight back. How the fuck can you even fight back against this? They're tracking you everywhere you go. Back in the day, they didn't know where the rebels were hiding. I don't know. It's weird. The whole thing is fucking weird. It's unsettling. But anyways, plowing forward. It's Monday, everybody. Somebody says, I guess I'll just go to the library and bring home some fiction I can read on my lawn chair. I've been regressing more and more with technology, and the less I use it, the happier I am. Isn't that the truth? Something has to tip the scales if it hasn't already. The lizard people have access to unprecedented levels of information, and it still isn't enough for them. Thanks for the laughs, and go erase yourself. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It really makes me feel that, like, yeah, all religion, like, it's bullshit. It's just made up by human beings, because the people that run it, they sit there talking about getting punished in this afterlife, and the way they conduct themselves in their business of religion, they don't seem to be worried about it whatsoever. I don't know. Like I said, I think whoever created us is just continuing to create the universe, because, if God made us in his image, then that would mean he also has depression issues and is just sort of fucking made us and then moved on to the next fucking solar system, to the next one, to the next one. And that's why he hasn't come back, because he's just on the other side of his studio. Maybe that's where we are. We're in his Soho flat.